You got many lessons today, right? How do you feel about that? I don't think students have to learn in my lesson. You can take my lesson as an easy game. And this time for you, I think, have you seen Dr. No? Yeah, Dr. No.
It's from Hello Australia.
Have you seen this book before? Have you seen that book before? Have you? So nobody has seen this book before. So have you heard of 007?
Yeah.
Movie.
Oh. 007 movies. Okay. So what's the real name of 007?
James Bond.
James Bond. You know James Bond. James Bond, right? You know him, but on movies only. Okay. So what movie have you seen?
Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. Yeah, that Goldfinger book. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Goldfinger. Goldfinger. So what's the movie about?
Oh, it's a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yes.
What is the main theme of the movie? No. Is there any violence scenes? Good. Okay. So what is do you know who wrote the books?
No.
Ian Fleming. Good. So this is the author of the book of the of all the James Bond books, and of course from his book they make movies. Yeah. So today I'm going to hear an interview with Ian Fleming, with an author who wrote about Ian Fleming's life. What do you call this kind of people? Bio. What is it? Biographer. Please come in. Biographer. Yeah. So biographer is the person who writes about famous people. That's a biographer. So you are going to hear an interview between a biographer and someone from the press, from journalism. You know journalism? Press, newspaper, okay, radio, television. Yes. And do you know what Ian Fleming looks like? How does he look like, do you know? Have you seen this picture before? Who's that? James Bond?
No.
That's Ian Fleming. Do you think he looks like James Bond?
No.
Do you think he looks like James Bond? You saw on the movie? Old? I think that today James Bond is older.
You think?
How old is he?
Because, for example, do you know any actors who play the role of 007? Any?
I like the first one.
The first one?
I forgot.
Sean Connery?
Yes.
Sean Connery, older than him now.
Yes.
Okay, that's Ian Fleming. Do you think he looks like James Bond? With a pipe? Yeah, that's Ian Fleming. And you know much about him later.
Yeah, it's John Wayne.
Yes? What's your question?
He looks like John Wayne.
John. Yeah. Okay, that's the man. Now, please, you're going to hear a radio interview with Lucy Parker. Lucy Parker, the author of a book of a biographer. That's a book about Ian Fleming. So remember that this man had a number of jobs before he became a writer. He did a lot of things before he became a writer. And here are the jobs he might have taken. So which of the above job do you think Ian Fleming had? Can you see through the jobs here? A banker. You know it? On the banker. Toán. Okay, good. A journalist? You know? Traveler. A person whose job is to get news from the public, to work for newspaper, magazine, radio, television, a soldier. Good. Now please, Ngọc.
The man or the woman who fight in the war.
Yeah, who fight in the war. Somebody, maybe you may meet some soldier here, but who never been to the war. So anyone who work for the army, okay? Anyone whose job is to work for an army, and different with officer. Okay? Officer is higher rank. Translator? You know. Stockbroker? Where does a stockbroker work? Stock market. Good. What does he do?
They selling and buying.
Sell and buy
Yeah.
stock.
That's what.
Good. And sell and buy stock to people.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's a kind of between goer, between the stock market and the customer and the public. A spy? Do you think 007 is a spy? Yeah, a spy. A member of parliament? We often say MP for member of parliament. A member of MI5. Have you heard of MI5 before? MI5. It is the organization 007 works for. A British intelligence organization. Mission International 5. Okay, so you know, James Bond is a spy. He works for MI5. Okay. And then naval intelligence, you know, naval. What does this come from? Navy. Good, Navy. Okay. So Navy, what does Navy do? Army on land, Air Force, and Navy at the sea. Okay. So sea service, sea military service, and member of naval intelligence. You know intelligence? Intelligence and spy. Are they the same? Yes, the same, okay. So, what is the job of a spy? What does he do then? What do you think, Hatu?
The people who find the secret to
Good,
the enemy.
good. Find secrets and information
Yes, information
from,
from the enemy.
maybe not enemy,
Or for us.
maybe from friend.
No,
Not from friend?
From other countries?
From other organizations or
for other countries.
or other countries. Good, other organizations. That's good, very good. Well, so do you think Ian Fleming did all of these jobs before he became a writer? Yes? Now, what job do you think he takes? Now, talk with your partner. What job do you think? Yeah. So, maybe he did all of these jobs before he became a writer. Maybe not. So what do you think of Ian Fleming? At this stage, what do you think of Ian Fleming? What do you think about his life? Easy or difficult, complicated or not? Difficult, a difficult life. Do you think he rich?
Yes, I think.
Maybe. What he's doing then? Smoking. Do you think James Bond smokes?
Yes.
Good, okay. All of you saw in the film. James Bond smoked and Ian Fleming smoked. Maybe they're the same. Okay, now here, you listen and try to answer the question. Great job did Ian Fleming do before he became a writer? Okay, listen once, all right.
Today in Book World, we have an interview with Lucy Parker, who has written a biography of Ian Fleming, the author of the internationally famous James Bond spy novels. Welcome, Lucy. I think the thing that many people want to know is how much is Ian Fleming, the author, like the hero of his books, James Bond?
Oh, a lot, I think. We can see a lot of James Bond in Ian Fleming's life.
Well, let's begin at the beginning, when he was a child.
Well, he was born on May the 28th, 1908, in England. His family were rich. His grandfather was a millionaire banker, and his father a member of Parliament.
Was he close to his family?
Well, his father was killed in the First World War, when Ian was only 9. He had 3 brothers, and he was quite close to them, but he was different from them.
How was he different?
Well, they all went to Eton. His brothers liked it. He hated it. He hated the army, too. He didn't want to be a soldier. He was good at languages, so he went to study in Geneva in 1930. Then, the next year, he wanted to join the Foreign Office, but didn't pass the exams. He went back home, and he was living with his mother again, feeling very bored, when he got a job as a journalist. He worked in London, Berlin, and Moscow. Then he worked as a stockbroker, and he was doing this when the Second World War started. That's when he started working in the world of spies.
What did he do?
Well, he joined naval intelligence, and had a lot of contact with MI5 and the Secret Service. He went on secret missions to North Africa, Lisbon, and America.
Ah, that sounds like James Bond. What about his life when he wasn't working?
Well, he was a good-looking man. He loved money and had an expensive way of life. He always dressed very carefully. He had a lot of girlfriends. He didn't marry until he was 43. He drank a lot, gin, martini, vodka, and he smoked 60 cigarettes a day. Probably as a result of this, he had a bad heart from quite a young age.
I see. But what about his writing? When did that start?
After the war. He went to Jamaica and loved it, and decided to buy some land by the sea and build a house. He called it Goldeneye. And in Jamaica, in 1952, 3 very important things happened. He got married, he had a son, and he started writing about James Bond. His first book was Casino Royale. Then his second book was Live and Let Die in 1954.
Yes, and I believe there were 12 more James Bond books after that.
Yes, indeed. 14 altogether before his death in 1964. His last book was The Man with the Golden Gun.
Did he ever meet Sean Connery, who played James Bond in the first films?
Yes, he did. He helped choose Sean Connery for Dr. No, but he died while they were making the second Bond film, From Russia with Love.
How sad, but at least he knew his books were successful.
Oh, yes. 40 million sold at the time of his death.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Lucy. It's very interesting to hear about the man who created James Bond.
Yeah. Had got on the job he did. A banker? No. A journalist? A soldier? Yes or no? Bonnet? No. 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 A chancellor? No. A stockbroker? A spy? Did he work for the parliament? Is he a member? Was he a member? No. MI5? Yes or no? Yes or no? Naval intelligence? Yes. Okay, maybe he worked for MI5, but nobody is sure about that. Okay. So what about you, Ip? Do you agree with this answer?
Which one?
With this answer? Are they the jobs Ian Fleming did before he became a writer? I agree. Have you got any addition? So, he was a journalist, a stockbroker, a spy, a member of naval intelligence before he became a writer. And perhaps he was a member of MI5. So, now do you think, now what do you think about his life? What can you get more from his life? Is he rich? Good. Why do you think he is rich?
Money.
He loves money. Do you think he is like a James Bond? Yes. Why? Why do you think he is like James Bond?
Because he wants to be a James Bond.
Mm-hmm. He looks like James Bond. He? What else?
He likes to.
You know a lot about James Bond, huh? Not much. He looked like James Bond. He liked girls. Have a lot of girlfriends. Drink a lot.
Smoking?
Smoke a lot. Okay, so he does all the things that James Bond does. Okay, so they are very similar in many ways. Good. Now, I give you this question. You are going to listen again and answer all the questions here. Now have a look at all of these questions. Can you go through the questions? Now, do you understand it? Do you understand the questions? Okay. Can you answer any question here? Before you listen again. Do you know when he was born? When he was born, you know? Very good. Okay, you got it last time. He was born in 1918. Okay. 1908. 1928. 18. You take it. You check it later. Where did he go in 1930? Do you know? Good. Okay, you can check your answer later. Why didn't he join the Foreign Office?
Failed the exam.
Good, very good. That's the answer. Failed his exam. Very good. Was he working as journalist when the Second World War started? Can you? No, you check it later. Was he a healthy man? Was he a healthy man?
No.
No. No. Was he? No. Why?
He didn't like live at home.
He? Really?
He didn't like stay at home.
Yeah, so he's not healthy. Healthy, that is his health. Is he weak or strong? Do you think he has a lot of diseases? Strong or weak? Do you think he's a healthy man? That's right.
No.
No. Why?
He always smoke and drink.
Smoke, drink a lot. Smoke and drank a lot.
And
Love sick. No, he got a very bad heart. Okay, very good. When did he die? Oh, no.
He died in 1964.
64, very good. How old was he then? Toán. Now you check. Now this time you check all the answer and try to get all the answer for the 10 questions.
An interview with a biographer.
Today in Book World, we have an interview with Lucy Parker, who has written a biography of Ian Fleming, the author of the internationally famous James Bond spy novel. Welcome, Lucy. I think the thing that many people want to know is how much is Ian Fleming, the author, like the hero of his books, James Bond?
Oh, a lot, I think. We can see a lot of James Bond in Ian Fleming's life.
Well, let's begin at the beginning, when he was a child.
Well, he was born on May the 28th, 1908, in England. His family were rich. His grandfather was a millionaire banker, and his father a member of Parliament.
Was he close to his family?
Well, his father was killed in the First World War, when Ian was only 9. He had 3 brothers, and he was quite close to them, but he was different from them.
How was he different?
Well, they all went to Eton. His brothers liked it. He hated it. He hated the army, too. He didn't want to be a soldier. He was good at languages, so he went to study in Geneva in 1930. Then, the next year, he wanted to join the Foreign Office, but didn't pass the exams. He went back home, and he was living with his mother again, feeling very bored, when he got a job as a journalist. He worked in London, Berlin, and Moscow. Then he worked as a stockbroker, and he was doing this when the Second World War started. That's when he started working in the world of spies.
What did he do?
Well, he joined Naval Intelligence and had a lot of contact with MI5 and the Secret Service. He went on secret missions to North Africa, Lisbon, and America.
Ah, that sounds like James Bond. What about his life when he wasn't working?
Well, he was a good-looking man. He loved money and had an expensive way of life. He always dressed very carefully. He had a lot of girlfriends. He didn't marry until he was 43. He drank a lot, gin, martini, vodka, and he smoked 60 cigarettes a day. Probably as a result of this, he had a bad heart from quite a young age.
I see. But what about his writing? When did that start?
After the war, he went to Jamaica and loved it, and decided to buy some land by the sea and build a house. He called it Golden Eye. And in Jamaica, in 1952, 3 very important things happened. He got married, he had a son, and he started writing about James Bond. His first book was Casino Royale. Then his second book was Live and Let Die in 1954.
Yes, and I believe there were 12 more James Bond books after that.
Yes, indeed. 14 altogether before his death in 1964. His last book was The Man with the Golden Gun.
Did he ever meet Sean Connery, who played James Bond in the first film?
Yes, he did. He helped choose Sean Connery for Dr. No, but he died while they were making the second Bond film, From Russia with Love.
How sad, but at least he knew his books were successful.
Oh, yes. 40 million sold at the time of his death.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Lucy. It's very interesting to hear about the man who created James Bond.
No? I got the same idea? Okay, question 1. Delibor?
Yes. One. When was Aaron Fleming born? Was born 1908.
1908. Do you agree? Oh, glad. Thanks. That's good. So, how old was he when he died? 56? 56? Very good. Okay, because he died in 1954. Good. That's question 10. Now question 2. Question 2, Ram. How was he different from his brother? Ngọc, please.
How was he different
Yes.
from his brother? His brother liked anything.
Good.
He disliked.
Good.
And he's a army.
Hated the army. Thanks. Good. His brother he hated many things that his brother liked. Okay. Number 3. In 1930, Ronnie, he went to good Geneva. Do you agree? Good. Number 4. Let's think number 4 then. Ngon? That was number 4. Why didn't he join the Foreign Service? Last time we answered this question already. Why? 2? No,
He is a good language.
he didn't join the foreign office. Why, Toán?
Because he cannot pass the
Good. He could not pass the exam. Number 5. Dalibor?
It was working as a journalist when the Second World War started. Yes, I think.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you agree? Polani? Yes or no? Really? Hatu? Do you agree? The answer is no. What was he doing there? He was working as a no stock broker. Number 6. Non.
America.
Which country did he visit?
America.
America. America. Where else? Russian? No. During the war?
London.
London?
Berlin.
No.
Germany.
He from London? No. It is 007. It is not Ian Fleming. Now we are talking about Ian Fleming.
Germany.
No, Germany. America, that's good. Something else? Where else? Portugal. Lisbon. Where else? Africa. North Africa. North Africa. Number 7. What kind of lifestyle do you think he had? Toán? Lifestyle. Smoke a lot. A lot of girlfriend. Dress well. Good. Okay, so what kind of lifestyle do you say? Expensive. Good. Very expensive lifestyle. Number 8. We know it already, no? Was he a healthy man? Yes? Yes or no?
No.
Dalibor?
I think no.
No. Why?
His problem with his heart.
Yeah, okay. He had problem with his heart. Bad heart. Number 9. 3 important things happen in Jamaica. If? Can you? If?
Mary,
Madrid?
start reading James Bond.
Good. Start writing James Bond books. Right. Got married? One more thing. Good. Got a son. Very good. Thank you. Well done. Yeah, so that's what about the author, the creator of James Bond. Now, you're going to have the same thing with your classmates. But first of all, you have to invent your question for a questionnaire you're going to do with your classmates. Now please. You're going to interview your classmate or other people, maybe me, about lifestyle, or about all the things in life, even lifestyle, or anything about any events, any other events. Now please, in a short time, write down the question you're going to ask here.
Question about?
Okay, you have listened to an interview and you know what they ask. You can get the suggestion from handout number 1. From handout number 1, you can have some suggestions.